Hello, I am Stacey, the Black Feather Intuitive. Happy November. Hoping your week went well. I know last week we had some really interesting card pulls. Hoping that you all survived the heaviness and denseness of the week. And let's see what this week has in store for us, what our dream team wants to tell us. This week I'm feeling Tarot of Dreams deck. So let's start with our tarot reading. And this one is standing out to me. So let's see what we just pulled. What does our dream team want to say to us? And actually, I forgot to set the intention. So let's set the intention real quick. Just close your eyes. Take a couple of nice, deep, low belly breaths. It's always nice to just connect. Going to invite in our divine dream teams. Divine Spirit, Mother Earth, powers that be in the universe, all the archangels, all the ascended masters, our highest guides, elementals, and loved ones in spirit, please come into this reading for us this week. Tell us what it is that we need to know for our highest and best. We ask that all the messages and information that you have for us this week that helps us prepare for what we've got coming towards us be delivered clearly and concisely and be very tangible and verifiable so that we know how to apply this information moving forward. We ask this with such love and gratitude in our hearts. Thank you, Divine Dream Team. What did we pull? Oh, love it. The Hanging Man, the Hanged Man. This is knowing sacrifice. What I really like about this card, people get freaked out because they're like, oh my God, it's a hanged man. It's a man upside down. Knowing sacrifice, but also what I'm picking up today is perspective. What do we need to know for November 5th, the week of November 5th? It's about changing points of view. It's about having unique perspective on every situation that you come across. I'm also really I'm hearing that in terms of communication with others, it's really going to be important for you to step back and really listen to the person and see their side of things. You have a side, they have a side, someone else has a side. It's all about perspective and, your truth, their truth, and then the truth in the middle, somewhere in the middle. And I'm really feeling like what we need to know about this week is when we are communicating with one another, we need to really pay attention to each person's perspective before we go ahead and make choices with our words. And I feel that that's something important to talk about too, is rather than sort of throwing out those words there, when someone says something, you sort of react right away and just spit out your words. Take some time to reflect. I feel like it's very important that we all take a moment to reflect before we respond to one another this week. I'm not really sure what's going on planet-wise with the planets, astrology-wise, but I'm really feeling like communication is kind of an important thing this week for November 5th. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. The Hanged Man also, we talk about knowing sacrifice. This is, I think of this actually as the Harry Potter card in a lot of ways. And, if you're a Harry Potter fan at all, you know that his character, he was right from the get-go sacrificed in a lot of ways for the sort of the magical community. And what I'm feeling here, how does this apply to us this week? Recognizing that not everything is going to happen exactly the way we think it should. And knowing when you need to sort of step aside. So maybe your perfect ideal situation or outcome of a situation looks like this. But you're not able to achieve this quite that way. So what is it that you're willing to sacrifice? And perhaps a better word would be compromise. What are you willing to compromise in order to be able to get as close to your ideal outcome as possible? So give some consideration to that this week. I feel like there are going to be situations that come up where we have to start to understand what sacrifice is. Not necessarily that we need to throw ourselves on the train tracks, but just understanding what it is, what it means to sacrifice something. I feel like that's going to be really important for us this week. And I'll put the card here. shifting my dimensions here for the readings, making sure that you guys can all see the cards. Kind of nice if you want to be able to see cards. And for our oracle reading, I chose Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors deck this week. Ooh, one just fell out there, so we'll see what that one's about. Feels like we really need to know it. All right, angels, what do you got to say to us? Ah, how perfect. Autumn, release the old and rest. So I was talking about communication, with the hanging man and picking up on communication, knowing sacrifice, compromise, and how we're moving forward with that. The autumn card, we obviously are in fall. We are in autumn. So this is a, sort of a season card, very fitting. But also when you think about autumn, leaves are changing, things are getting cooler, things are cooling off. What's happening is Mother Earth is going through her dying cycle, and it is a death and rebirth. So she's in the process of dying. And then the winter, is sort of the death period of things. But the dying period of things, what do we need to do? We need to review. When someone is transitioning and they're coming to the end of their life, what is happening for them? They are looking at the life that they lived. They're seeing what things that they did, maybe things that they would do differently. So it's a review, and of course, not all of us have the ability to be able to review. We review after once we transition. But for the sake of this reading, let's wrap our heads around this concept that autumn provides us with the opportunity to review what has gone on. And it is towards the end of the year. So you can review what happened throughout your year, what worked, what didn't, what did you accomplish out of the things that you wanted to accomplish, what didn't you accomplish, what were some surprises that were very exciting and added to your life. Reviewing where things have been for you so that you can move forward into the next year in preview, preparing for what you want to set yourself up for moving forward. So this week, I'm feeling like it's about compromise, it's about communication, and then how are you going to review what it is out with the old and in with the new, and taking, it says release the old and rest. So when you take time to take a step back and pay attention to the perspective of somebody, and then you can review how that experience went for you when you are, when you are taking the time to sit and pay attention to another person's point of view, and then you have time to reflect on your response. There are some changes, some real positive changes that can be made from that, because it's awareness. It's all about awareness. When you take the time to take a look at that, to step back and say, okay, here's where things are at, and maybe I'm going to do things a little bit differently this time. And then you take the time to review what a difference that can make in your life. So that's definitely for this week. And then we're going to pull a feather. And let's see what. Dreams. Love it. I love this color too. So in terms of what we're talking about here with knowing sacrifice and a little bit of compromise and perspective, and releasing the old and resting, now is also the time, not only are you reviewing, but you're also saying, okay, where do I want to be? What dreams have I maybe not achieved this year that I wanted to achieve? Where is the review in things, and how do my dreams fit into perspective? I'm also getting a hit here that we are also in a time period right now where don't be surprised this week if you have a lot of dreams, physical dreams that you remember, whether you're a person who, dreams often and you have vivid dreams, maybe you keep a dream journal, or you're someone who doesn't really dream much at all. This week, I feel in particular, we're really going to be given a lot of information in our dreams. And dreams are very, very important. There are different levels of dreams. Sometimes a dream is just a dream, but there is always a message in the dream. There's always something that can be gleaned and learned from when we're talking about our dreams. So this week, I feel like make it a little experiment. Put a pad of paper next to your bed and a pen, or use the voice dictate on your phone. That's what I do. And when you come to with a dream, write it down, dictate it. Even if you just remember some of the people that were in it, or the general circumstances of what are in it, I feel like dreams is really an important aspect of what's going to happen for us this week. And there are important messages for each and every one of us in our dreams this week. Thank you so much. That is our tarot reading for the week of November 5th. I wish for you guys all a fabulous week. Please reach out if you have any questions, if there's anything that you'd like a little bit of guidance on. Maybe you want to discuss the dreams that are coming through. Maybe you want someone to sort of do a review with you, sort of an overview of what's been going on so that you can make better choices for yourself. Maybe you want to figure out how to compromise, how to see someone else's perspective and be able to incorporate that into your life this week. If that is the case, I would love to be of service. Reach out. theblackfeatherintuitive.com. You can check out my Facebook page, The Black Feather Intuitive, and I would love to connect with you. Have a great week. Take care.